Welcome to America This Week. Thanksgiving is right around the corner, and there's still no certified president-elect. Just another normal week in 2020. Every once in a long while, a seismic shift in an industry takes place. Media is experiencing this right now. This is both material and fascinating to watch in real time. For the last few years, old media was on the ropes as new media, social media, bloggers and vloggers were eating their lunch. Digital platforms were springing up left and right. Podcasts have become super popular. The podcast world is the new media's replacement of terrestrial radio. Vox and Vice touted themselves as the new media answer to traditional cable like CNN, Fox, and MSNBC. Investors loved the idea, slapping billion-dollar valuations on startups. Blogging and vlogging grabbed the readers and viewers who were the lifeblood of traditional media. Old school newspapers closed down as a massive shift of eyeballs fled traditional newsrooms and flocked to the lines of Facebook, Twitter, Vox, and Vice. Sensing the opportunity, social media sites ramped up their news curation. Twitter has become the fastest source of breaking news, albeit sometimes wrong. And behemoth Facebook has the attention of 2.5 billion monthly users who rely on their aggregators for news. Then came election 2020, and the ground shifted like an earthquake nobody saw coming. Heading into election day, most media had Joe Biden far ahead of Trump. But as actual voting totals rolled in, things looked far different. States that were solidly Biden were in actuality too close to call, proving once again the pollsters were wrong and new media were simply too biased. The new media became the weakest link in political information, so we all rushed back to television, specifically cable television. CNN, MSNBC, and Fox News all broke records for viewership. We needed to see what real news organizations were delivering for results. And then the moment the earth shifted seismically and changed the media landscape forever. At 11:30 p.m. Eastern, Fox News called Arizona for Biden. Fox was the first, but more infuriating for the Trump and the MAGA crowd was that Fox News called Arizona while Arizonans were still in line waiting to vote. This infuriated Trump. His advisors were livid. Staff, campaign, family all felt shocked and blindsided by the Fox early call. Noteworthy, CNN and MSNBC wouldn't call Arizona for Biden for over a week. MAGA supporters were enraged with Fox. It got worse for them. In the days following election night, and with Trump firmly believing he was going to win the election with legal challenges to states too close to call, Fox drove the nail into the coffin. Host Neil Cavuto dumped out of a live press conference being delivered by White House Press Secretary Kayleigh McEnany. The presser was held in the Trump campaign offices. The next day, host Sandra Smith was caught on a hot mic and camera scrunching her face when a co-host was interviewing a guest defending Trump's legal moves. Smith was heard excoriating her co-host after a guest questioned the election results because Fox had already called the election for Biden. That was the last straw for the loyal Trump viewers at Fox. Fox News had an exodus to worry about. Viewers flocked to Fox alternatives. Newsmax and One America News were the immediate beneficiaries. Blaze TV saw viewership skyrocket on their site as well. According to Brian Stelter at CNN, Newsmax reached a high of 1 million viewers Thursday night during their 7 p.m. hour, while Fox's Martha McCallum only posted 2 million that night at that hour. That's got to have Fox management concerned for several reasons. Number one, ratings matter. Ad dollars are a big percentage of revenue for all cable networks. Number two, with Newsmax and OAN, Charles Herring with OAN has told me they had their highest viewership in their history in the aftermath of the election. Gaining Fox's Trump castoffs, Fox will be knocked off the leaderboard, not by Newsmax or OAN, but by CNN and MSNBC. Losing 10 or 20% of their audience would put CNN in the top spot for daytime hours and MSNBC in the top spot for primetime hours. Noteworthy, Mr. Trump will most definitely want to be a player in this up-for-grabs gold rush. Although he hasn't announced his intentions, the options are vast. Since he created this group, the MAGA loyalists, he can go in many directions, and they will follow. I believe, and I'm a friend of the president, known him for 20 years, and interviewed him 8 times as President 7 on this network, including a recent hour-long town hall. What he should do is announce a 2024 run for president. He'll then have many options open to him, too many to mention here. We can go through Trump's TV options at a later date, but 2020 has been a true head-scratcher to say the least. Too many changes to name. One thing is assured, the shift in the media world is nothing short of tectonic. As we speak, new lines are being drawn. There'll be winners, there'll be losers, and there'll be some frustrated bystanders anxious to grab some of that gold, AKA eyeballs. The media gold rush of 2020 is well underway, folks.